Hello, my name is Heather Mackey, and I am the owner of Rare Bird Medicine. And today we are talking about the world you live in. What an appropriate topic. My cat thinks she's a skateboarder and is like pulling ollies off the furniture right now. Thank you for that. That was hilarious. 7.8 billion people living on this rock, sharing this rock, each full of opinions. Each of them so full of opinions, so many opinion sacks. Beautifully divergent, beautifully diverse, and even sometimes camaraderie in the thinking. And so I've been noticing in social media platforms, a lot of people are talking about, like, I don't want the world to go back to the way it was. And so many people are like, it'll never go back to the way it was. And, it's definitely changed. And hopefully it has changed. And that reminds me that change is the order of the day, all day, every day. If your job is to take stacks of papers and staple them, and you do that every day for 30 years, each and every moment of your now was different and new. And it can be hard to recognize how we are constantly in a new world. Every moment of our lives has been a brand new world. None of our moments have been the same. And it's hard to see if there is redundancy, repetition, if you feel like an automaton in what you're doing. For those of you out there that are not at home and you're going to work and you're out in the world, you may even feel that, like, whew, I'm just now I'm needed extra maybe, and you're just working and it feels redundant. The beauty of this world is that every moment of now, your body is in a little different position. The light's hitting a little different way. That bird's chirping over there. It's like every moment is unique and distinct. And if what we crave, if what we seek is divergence from the normative paradigm in which things just seem like an incessant redundancy, if that's what we're craving, if variety is the spice of life, as they say, then it's this flesh costume is going to give me that variety. I can't wait for the world to give it to me. Because first I have to pick my flesh costume up out of my house and take it out into the world to experience the diversity in a way to where it feels like something new. Because when we do the same, it feels like we're not having new experiences, but we are. We are. Every experience is new. So if I need it to shake up in order for it to feel fresh or feel like something different is happening, even though change is the only thing that's ever occurring, really, then I need to be the harbinger of that. I need to be the one that goes and selects and says, ooh, out of the experience, I select for myself. Today, I selected for myself to go to Joe's. Joe's is a popular coffee shop on Congress here in Austin. Has on a wall, it's painted, I love you so much. And because we as humans are actually, as a general rule, really sweet and really loving and really kind-hearted, tons of people are drawn to that message because it speaks to a truth within them. So they roll by and get a coffee and grab a cup of Joe and get their picture taken. And I've been in Austin 2 years. I'm leaving in a month and a half for Bastrop, and I was like, I'm gonna go get a Joe's coffee because sometimes you just need to luxuriate in a new experience. I'm gonna go have this new experience where Heather doesn't make a French press; she's going to get a coffee, and it was wonderful. I got to watch a little boy be terrified of a bird that I was just adoring and loving, and I was thinking, like, oh, so many experiences to be had. He was like, Mom, get that bird away from me. And they walked away, and then I was like, called the bird up to the counter and walked with him. I was like, oh, I love you, bird. Let's be best friends forever. Give me your wing. Let's shake on it. I am a nutty bird lady, and it's wildly appropriate. Appropriate. So, what we're talking about today is giving yourself the world that you seek. the world is changing faster than every second, faster than every millisecond, faster than every breath. Every moment is new. And the thing I don't want to fill a sack up with, tie a chain to my ankle, and drag with me into each brand new moment of now is fear. Fear doesn't get or deserve, in my opinion, a lot of stage time in my vessel, in my mind, in my heart. Have I let it sit upon the throne room of my vessel, of my mind, of my heart? Many, 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 many times, darling. And I'm sure you can relate. There are moments when we really are like, you know what, Fear, why don't you just be the ruler of my inner kingdom? And I'm just going to be terrified in the corner while you do what you do. It's appropriate and okay in a relationship that's unhealthy, where you've let someone other than you sit in your throne room, you know, and they're now in your temple, sitting in your throne room, being the emperor of what you actually have dominion over. It's appropriate when we let fear sit and take over the throne room. It's okay and it's appropriate to go into your throne room and say, you know what? Unhealthy relationship, you need to get up off of the throne, out of my room. And if I have to take a handful of things down to the car and drive to a friend's house to get away from this really unhealthy relationship that has gotten louder in its unhealthiness because people are at home, then I'm going to do that. And as I do that, you're going to find the throne room got flooded and you were flooded right the heck out of it. And I'm going to get a safe person to help me to have a new paradigm and a new experience. Sometimes we need experiences to get louder. Really unhealthy experiences that reflect that we deserve so much more. When they get louder, they get more uncomfortable. And for some of us, that will cause us to change the circumstance, because there's a volume that's just too loud for some of us. It just gets too loud. So, you know, it's appropriate too. If you've let not someone specific sit in your temple, whether that be a boss or a lover or whoever, you've said like, go ahead, you can have rulership of me and I'm just going to try and be nice. And we can do that. And you can also go, actually I have a lot of inner authority and I have dominion over my body, my mind, my heart, my expression. And no other entity is going to take precedence and dominion over my joy, my temple, the temple of my mind, the temple of my heart, the temple of my body. And I choose that now. And every step I take, whatever it needs to look like, is ever in that direction where I am the authority in my life. So sometimes we need to do that with people, or with, we've let alcohol sit in the throne room, or I guess I'm letting coffee sit in my throne. Sugar, whatever it is. We let things take over and kind of rule us, because in your neural network, you do have things that are wired together, that fire together based on the thoughts that you have in the neural network of your brain. But also there's a biochemistry in your brain where you have neuropeptides. And neuropeptides get released. And if you want to see more about this, you can watch a movie called What the Bleep Do We Know? What the Bleep Do We Know? I saw it 7 times in theaters. I was so rooted when this information came to humanity. I felt the same with the movie The Secret. And it's hokey. I mean, What the Bleep Do We Know is hokey, but it is making if you're listening, it's making a really important point that your brain biochemistry releases neuropeptides. And there's a neuropeptide for, feeling gluttonous, and there's a neuropeptide for feeling shameful, and there's a neuropeptide for feeling joyous and playful, and we have neuropeptides for these different variant states of consciousness, and you become addicted to them. You become addicted to grabbing the food that you feel like is unhealthy and you shouldn't eat, but you're addicted to feeling ashamed eating that food, so you continue to do it. And so there's a brain biochemistry thing going on, in addition to the stuff that they pump our food full of that's super addictive. But that's a whole nother topic. There's a brain biochemistry thing going on in which we have to say, I'm not going to be addicted to the shame neuropeptides anymore. So I made a decision that every time I go to the bathroom, I'm going to sit there and go, I love you, I forgive you, I love you, I forgive you, I'm proud of you, I love you, I forgive you, I'm proud of you. I love you, I forgive you, I'm proud of you. Heather, I sing your praises, you beautiful beast. I love you, I forgive you, I'm proud of you. I love you, I love you, I raise you up. You know, if you need help with that message, the comedian Cat Williams, I just watched 2 of his DVDs because I love comedy. And if we're not laughing with this life, we may be taking it too seriously. Huh? But Cat Williams would tell you that too. Be your star player, like lift yourself up. Lift yourself up out of the gutter. So the world you live in is the one that you choose. And if you choose to put someone in your throne room, if you choose to let someone other than you play your star player because you've been beating yourself down so hard that you don't feel like you have the lion-like pride to sit upon the throne, then it's time to just clean it up. It's time to clean it up. And sometimes I don't even, if I'm going to let anyone take over my throne room anymore, it's going to be spirit, and it's going to be that all day, every day, to the best of my degree, to the best of my ability. I don't want Heather Mackey to be upon the throne because she has ego, and although ego is friend that labels, ego sometimes gets into these silly, I'm right, my opinion is right. I'm an opinion sack out of 7.8 billion opinion sacks, and I have an opinion, and that opinion's right. I'm like, is there anything more popular that every human is doing? No, every human I see is like, I have opinions, my opinion, listen to this opinion. Here's what I think about all this, blah, 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 blah. Pick any topic. It doesn't matter. There's 1,010 billion trillion opinions to be had. The question is, what does love do? How does love respond? How does medicine respond? This is my question to myself. How does self-care respond? I'm no saint of this. I have moments when I choose to drink alcohol and I drink too much. But every time I do it, I'm like, that was not a medicine choice. That was not a medicine choice. And that was not honoring my throne room and honoring my temple. And some of you are sober, and I respect that immensely. Like, that's, you do you, boo-boo. You do what works for you. You do what's medicinal for you. And for some people, that's really medicinal. And good on you. And good on you. And can we turn our attention more and more and more and more to the medicine path? Oh, look at that thing I did where I took that walk. Walked around the block. Took 5 minutes. That was 5 minutes of medicine time. The question of what world you live in is not about others. It's not even about what others are doing. It's always been about you. That's Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. Gandhi was referred to as Mahatma, the great soul. He didn't actually like to be called that because he was a humble, awesome little man. I got a painting of him and I'm just like, oh, blessed Mohandas. But Mahatma Gandhi would have you not, and he inspired Martin Luther King, not get into an act of violence or anger or frustration with your brother. Be the change you wish to see in the world. You want to live in a harmonious world? Are you being harmonious with yourself? You want to be in a kind world? People should be more, they should give a friendly wave. I let them in. Are you being kind to yourself? Are you being kind to your precious, beautiful self? You want to live in a world where the earth is healed? I know I have wanted to. And I understand that fundamentally it's all emptiness and energy cannot be created nor destroyed. So if we blow this rock up, another will come in its stead. And also, I'd like for us to take better care of the one that we're in. And in the modern day and age, she's healing. She's healing. I'll wear 1,010 masks until the end of time if she can heal up. It's a bigger priority. I'll whatever we need to do. I'll stay home. People are starting to order like local handmade products, instead of going to that mainstream store, instead of going to the Starbucks. Sometimes people are going to Joe's Coffee. Sometimes people, as things have shifted, started making different choices, and they're like, oh, let me get on Etsy. And now all of a sudden you're supporting like an artist. The world is always changing. And as great minds and great hearts that sit upon the throne of the altar of these bodies, may we choose to see and be in the world we want to be in. And that begins with me. That begins with me. For me to be in the world I want to be in, I got to be in the world I want to be in. You know what I mean? Don't go to that dark place. Don't go to that ugly hour. Don't go to that ugly thought about your brethren, about humanity. Stop judging, Heather. Don't judge. Judgment is not for you. You got angel wings. Judgment is not for you. You're like a bird. Like, you're not here to judge. Let them do them and you do you, boo-boo. You're the commander of the ship. Get in your throne room and make sure you're ruling the world you want to be in. You have dominion over it. The world you want to be in, because you do. May you recognize it and stand in that inner authority. Today we offer these words. Brilliant commander of your ship, chief of your own inner tribe, brilliant, capable, competent, intelligent, friendly, sweet, blessed being. May you rise into the grace of the magnitude of your power, and may you find that it comes to earth like a sweet shower, refreshing and blessing everything you touch, everything you see, and everything you speak. My friends, love is the answer. May you give yourself some today. Bright blessings.